All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pad. You got me, Wayne. We on today. I got a special guest. This is almost like a Father's Day edition because this special guest is to happen to be my father. So today I ain't go by Wayne. I'm just gonna go by Junior or Deuce because I am named after my dad and he's the elder. So I'm gonna let him have the name. So welcome to the Pad to my dad, Dwayne Aaron first. Pops, how was your Father's Day?
Father's Day was cool, man. Your sister, excuse me, John and Trey, they took me out for brunch at this really nice winery, and I got to feed my grandson. I received a gift from you and Shelby. You and Shelby called in as well, and it was really good. I had a good day, just relaxing, time with my people, and that was good enough for me.
I got you. I know. You used to tell me all the time when you was younger you like to do some of this like sports commentary. So this your chance to see what you got.
Hey man, I didn't I ain't take my Howard Cosell moment, but I'm still good at what I'm doing. So let me take this opportunity and let's go.
All right. Well, my first question I gotta ask for you, since you are older than me, so you saw a little bit more sports memories. What's your favorite? What's the greatest sports moment you ever seen in your life?
Honest to God, me being a Clevelander, and I think you'll remember this because it was Father's Day 10 years ago
Mm-hmm.
when we was watching Game 7. We was living in Bedford Heights, and when LeBron made that block, you remember me saying that's the greatest block in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
You remember me saying that? We
Yeah, I
we
remember that.
still watching it today because it was the game changer. I believe if Golden State scored that basket, we don't win the championship. I think that block changed their whole mindset, both teams' mindsets mentally. It went from the Cavs being in doubt to the Warriors being in doubt. And for me being a Clevelander, that was the greatest sports play in history to me.
All right. Since we on topics of that, so what you think is the most heartbreaking moment? When you say, I hope you're not gonna say something that relates to Cleveland. Hopefully, it's something else.
Again, with me being a Clevelander, I gotta say, so I seen three of them, and they all rate the same with me. You was too young to know our Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill took me to the game down on the stadium, down at the old stadium, Red Right 88,
Mhm.
and trying to sight through that interception. The Raiders went on to win the championship. The Browns was gonna win it. Then again against Denver, downtown at the old stadium, before your time, man. We had them. We had the Broncos. Third and 25. Third and 25. And Marty Schottenheimer goes into the prevent defense after we had been blitzing them and killing them. They get it, go down, score. Denver go to the Super Bowl. Then again, for your time, I'm on the ship watching this. I'm in the Marines. I'm on the Navy ship. We're in the middle of a med. Got the game on the big screen. Bernie got him rolling. Bernie doing his thing. Ernest Biner doing his thing. Kevin Mack doing his thing. They get down to the goal line. Man, Ernest Biner get the ball. I'm going nuts because I'm like, we going to the ball. We going to the ball. And he fumbled. And different. I was like, oh my God. So those three for me are the worst moments. Being a Clevelander, I can't think of nobody else's stuff being the worst for me. I got one more. Hold on, I'm lying. I had to think back. Tony Fernandez, 1997, Indians versus the Marlins. All he has to do is field the ball, toss it to first base. We the champions. This dude dropped the ball. He just killed everybody in Cleveland that night. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. So those 4 moments, man. Those 4 moments. Oh my goodness.
So you said it's safe to say it's been hard being a Cleveland sports fan for your life, your lifetime.
It's been tragic, man, because we've had the teams and the talent to get there, to win it, and just when they say not you need more than just talent, you need a little luck too. They ain't lying. They ain't lying. I mean, look at New York this year. They had the ball bounce their way several times just out of nowhere. So those are the moments for me, man.
You can say that. You can say that. My next question for you, who would you say is the greatest basketball player of all time?
Greatest basketball player of all time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Why so?
Well, we're going to look at basketball. We going back to high school. The man won 4 state championships in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The man went to college and won every year there. His freshman squad took out Big Bill Walton's squad at UCLA, and they were undefeated. Then you get to the pros. The man won 6 championships. The man was an all-star 20 times. Before LeBron eclipsed him, he was the all-time leading scorer, all-time leading rebounder, all-time leading block shots. When you look at his resume and you stack up his basketball resume against anybody else's, it ain't even no comparison.
So you don't think somebody like LeBron will compete?
LeBron is 1A to me because LeBron doesn't have a college resume. You know, LeBron, that's to his credit. He didn't have to go to college, but when Kareem was coming up, he had to go to college. LeBron, far as freak athlete and being a basketball player, that's why I said 1A, because
LeBron, you
B?
You mean 1B if Kareem 1A, since you said he the greatest?
Or 1B. Because LeBron could guard everybody. Everybody couldn't guard LeBron. LeBron could go right. LeBron could go left. LeBron is he just that dude, man. But you know, when we talking about great, the GOAT, they always talking about Mike. They always talking about LeBron. They always talking about Kobe. They leave Captain Sky out. Captain Sky got the best resume.
So you would say what, Jordan number 2 or something like that?
Jordan would be. I'm gonna go Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe.
And you ain't even say nothing. Your favorite player?
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic number 5.
So Magic number 5, huh?
Magic number 5, and you know that's my dude. I preferred Magic over Mike because Magic could dominate the game without scoring. He still had an impact on the game. Mike didn't have an impact on the game unless Mike was scoring. And you don't got to take my word for it. Go back and look. Mike was scoring like a mug, but Mike couldn't do nothing until Scotty got there. Kareem was carrying the Lakers, but they couldn't get over the hump until Magic got there, and Magic solidified them. Now, LeBron became the Magic of everybody else. Like when he was first here in Cleveland, they wouldn't get him no help. So I equated him going down to Miami is sort of like him going to college, because D Wade had played with veterans. D Wade had Gary Payton on that squad. D Wade had Shaq on that squad. A couple other veterans who was able to help them win that. And then guess what? When LeBron got down there, they were able to impose that wisdom to LeBron. Well, when LeBron, let me say this before that, which was cool, but I still think LeBron should have told Bosh and Wade, I'm that dude. You come to me. See, so no hate, but I'm going to just keep it 100. That's the Akron in him. That's the Akron in him. Because the Cleveland dude would have been like, dude, I'm that dude. Y'all come to me, and we going to make this work out. But nevertheless, he went down there, he learned it, and then he brought it back home. And he showed Kyrie, hey, man, just follow my lead. We going to get this. We going to get this. Kyrie got hurt. Kevin Love got hurt. And he still took Golden State to 6 games, even with Tony Brothers helping them and everything.
Yeah.
But, LeBron is number 2 to me. I mean, you'll never see a dude go to 8 straight finals again. You'll never see that.
Yeah.
He's been to 10. You'll never see anybody go to 8 straight.
Well, we'll see, We'll see what Wemby do, but we'll see.
Wemby ain't going to 8 straight. Hey, look. I like Wemby. He ain't doing 8 straight.
So let me ask you a question. Michael Jordan, I wasn't even born during that real Michael Jordan frisbee. Was the Michael Jordan frisbee as real as they say? Like as amazing? Like we only get the clips. Like you were actually able to see actual games as live. Was it a frizzy as like he was taking over the game like a Kobe Bryant or LeBron James?
So the frenzy came because Magic and Bird saved the league. Because the league was coming out of a cocaine era. All the dudes was getting high and all this stuff. And that man, the championship used to come on Friday nights at 10:30, tape delayed. When Magic and Bird got to the league, it went to prime time. Well, as Mike started to come in, Mike came in, he was scoring like a mug. But he was getting swept. I mean, Bird, Magic was running. Bird, Magic, and Isaiah was running rough shot on him, killing him. Then he got some help with Scottie Pippen. And then that's when the internet and cable was really blowing up. So more people were starting to see Mike. You could see him on the internet. You could see him on cable and stuff. And Mike doing these high-flying dunks. Put it like this. He was doing the things that before your time, Connie Hawkins and Elgin Baylor and Dr. J was doing. People were seeing it on tape delays and highlight reels, but they weren't able to see the live games. With Mike, they was able to see the live games. So it blew up globally. Then when they finally beat the Pistons and the Celtics, it took off. So that's why when he got there, you see the one where he going up right here and he flip it up and he go to the other hand. All that was cold. Mike was a bad boy. I take nothing from Mike. But Mike was a gun. Mike was putting that joker up. He was going to the rack. He was gonna flush on you. Then when he really became dangerous when he perfected that mid range. When he got that 15 footer and in shot, man, you couldn't do nothing with him. He had a little of that dream shake. I don't know if you know about that. That dream shake, he fake you one way and fade the other way. And he put that in his repertoire. He became a nightmare. And then Scotty came into his own, and that's when it took off. And actually, Scotty took off defensively because when Mike and them first won their championship, I think it was 1991. I forget who they had on Magic. Magic was torching their asses.
They said it was Michael Jordan.
That's probably who it was. Magic. It was, now that you say that. Magic was torching him. Because, Magic was way bigger. And he could get around him and all that, even though Magic wasn't as quick as Magic, he used that body. Well, they put Scotty on him. Scotty kind of locked him up, but keeping it full disclosure, what helped him lock Magic up, Magic pulled that hammy. So Magic couldn't go like Magic normally go. And so that's when they won that 2-1, man. But Mike, hey man, don't let nobody tell you no. I'm not one of them ones to put Mike down to prop up LeBron or vice versa. I just, for the whole game and what the game is about and playing the right way and all of that, Mike gets credit for passing the ball to Paxson. Mike gets credit for passing the ball to B.J. Armstrong. LeBron gets criticized for making the right play when, he draw 4 and 5 people to him. Your job is to knock it down when you got it wide open. Unfortunately, what was his name when we brought him here? The dude from Atlanta.
What
was his name? Kyle Korver.
Oh yeah, Kyle Korver in 2018.
He all he got to do is hit it. All he got to do is hit that. He hit that. We 2-2 going back. We going back. No, 2017. If you remember, it was game 2.
Oh yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
It was game 2. They was here. Oh yeah, they was here because we had home court. I think that year. Yeah.
It would have been 2-1.
Yeah, we would have went up 2-1 because Kevin Durant stole that one.
It was 2-2 or 2-1. It was one of them.
Yeah. But that's what he got to do. And LeBron gonna always pass it to the right dude. If you wide open, he ain't finna force it.
Yeah.
And trusting his guys.
So going on this topic while we still on basketball, who's the best basketball player you seen never win a ring?
Best clutch basketball player never win a ring. Elgin Baylor.
So what makes Elgin Baylor that person? Because you know who I would pick.
I'm gonna tell you this. Go back and look at some video of Elgin Baylor when he was with the Lakers, him and Jerry West. Elgin Baylor was a mother, man. He was that dude. And in the year of the day he had a chance to win one, he retired, and then they won. I'm gonna tell you another dude. The Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete was with that Bird team, with Bird and Walton and all them guys. He would have been on that team, but I think he either retired or that was the year he had. I think he retired, but I know he retired or he that's when he fell out dead or whatever. One of them. He passed away. But him, them my two, that was, man, listen, the Pistol don't get his due. The Pistol.
I got 3 guys, one unfortunately he's still playing right now. He played for the Cavs, so people kind of upset him, but James Harden, that's one. Another one, Carmelo Anthony, Melo, my guy. And then the last one, Charles Barkley. You know those three.
So I'm gonna tell you like this: all them dudes is nice. All them dudes are nice. But I think the old heads that I just named you, they was mothers and just didn't get they due, man. I'm telling you, if the 3-point line was around when the pistol was playing, Steph Curry wouldn't be able to be nowhere near it. Pistol used to step over half and let it go. The handles that people talk about, only dude who got handles anywhere near what Pistol Pete had is Kyrie and maybe Rod Strickland. That's it.
Not even
Steph,
Allen Iverson, huh?
who?
Not even Allen Iverson, huh?
Iverson carried the ball. He ain't had no true handles.
What
He
you
carried the
mean?
he ca- he carried and he palmed the ball. I'm talking about dudes who handled the ball on their fingertips
I was gonna say
like a
everybody
yo-yo.
palm the ball though now.
Who?
Everybody palm the ball now.
And that's why it's not. That's why it ain't legit. That's why it's not legit. That's why I'm telling you. Pistol had it on his fingertips like a shoestring. Kyrie, like a shoestring. Rod, yo-yo rather. I'm sorry, yo-yo. Rod Strickland like that. Uh, that's just like Allen Iverson's crossover. His crossover, he get dudes because they let him palm the ball and bring it back in, turn it all up. Tim Hardaway had the true crossover because Tim Hardaway used to get you with it right in front of you, right in front of Tim Hardaway would and be gone. Allen Iverson do this way back here, his hand under the ball, turning it over this way and doing all that. No, Tim Hardaway used to hit him with the bip and gone.
I hear you. So
I'm
would you?
telling you.
Well, outside of Pistol Pete, would you say Elgin Baylor was a president to someone like Bill Russell being in his era and not getting the ring?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Pistol Pete and Jerry West.
I was gonna say,
I mean, Pistol. Pistol wasn't with a good team because actually Pistol got drafted by Atlanta and then went to the Jazz, and they just couldn't. Back then, they just couldn't get nobody to go to the Jazz and everything. And then Elgin Baylor. Now, Elgin Baylor was definitely a prisoner of not being able to win because he was going up against the Celtics, and the Celtics not only had great players, but they played great team ball. All they do was great. It's like I'm not a Steeler fan, but it is what it is. Them dudes was great individually, but they played collectively. They was tough. That's why it was tough to beat them. Same with the Celtics. They had great players who could play as a team.
so let me ask you a question, Pause. Do you think nowadays it is easier to win a championship than it was, let me say, in the 2000s, the 90s, and the 80s and before then? Because you had I would say team basketball, and you had like superstars that are able to dominate the game.
I would say it's harder now
Why so?
because the salary caps that they got, even though you got free agency, it don't allow you to keep your team together.
Mhm.
After so long, you got to get rid of your great players. Look at what happened with OKC, with Harden, Westbrook, and KD. You know, in a cup in another year or so, it's gonna happen to OKC. You know, look, even the Knicks now, they just won, and they talking about they might have to get rid of players because they can't. They don't want to go in that second apron, be paying that penalty. Whereas before, you know, free agency wasn't as abundant, and teams kept their great players and trades wasn't out there as much as they are now. Uh so it's cool that players can move around more so, but they put it now where okay, you ain't gonna be able to keep your team together that long because you're not gonna be able to pay them that much unless you get teams to do sort of like what Jalen Brunson did. Your star players say, "Hey, look, if I take a little less, so you can get some money. When it's your time, you got to take a little less so he can get some money, and we can keep the team together. If you don't have it like that, they're gonna be gone." And it's easy for a dude up here to be making big money to take a little less because they can make more off the floor. But it's hard to ask a mid level dude to take a little less because he trying to get his money so he could probably take care, make sure his family is, financially secure when he walk away from basketball. So those are the issues they have now. But and then not to mention, think about it. We've had 8 straight different champions
Mhm.
since then. And if you go back to when the Cavs won, it's 9 straight.
Yeah, I mean, which I would say is the reason I asked that because I would say the league they don't have a dominant force like a LeBron James at the moment. So I would say to me it's easier because you had like I said I mentioned Melo as one of those people that didn't get a ring. Melo had to go against people like Kobe, had to go against people like Tim Duncan, he had to go against people like LeBron, which either side he flip it, whether it was the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference, it was harder for him to come out. If that makes sense.
So you right on that point though, but again, Melo went for the money. Melo was gonna get the money anyway, but Melo went for that money then, and that's what locked him in. Whereas the LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, they did 3 year, which freed them up. And guess what? They got the money anyway. They got the money and the titles. Cause see, it was supposed to be Melo, Wade, and LeBron. And no disrespect to Chris Bosh, but had Melo been there, them dudes would have won 4 straight. Them dudes would have won 4 straight. Cause one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. Melo is a bucket getter. Melo is a bucket getter. He was
Yeah.
gonna get a bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. And look, I like Melo, except for when he was going against Brian.
All right. We gonna transition a little bit into football
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Uh, and this year, what do you think the Browns need to do to be good this year?
Play the talent, play the young guys. The more reps you get, the better you get. Go on and play them young dudes. They say we ain't gonna be nothing anyway, right? So
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Let them get their reps. Let them play so they can have the experience. So guess what? Year 2 out. Okay, we bringing in good rookies too. Now you got a young veteran core, and they can put it together and start winning.
So what young guys are you talking about in general? That's what I'm getting at.
Play play the guys, the rookies we got last year. Play
Uh-huh.
these rookies we got this year. Play Shador.
Okay. That's the
Play
person
yeah,
I
yeah,
was talking about.
yeah. Play Shador, and let's live with the young mistakes and let's go with it because I truly believe Shador is gonna be Shador is one of those. You know what, D? I'm gonna tell you something, and I ain't saying this because you my son. All your friends know what I'm about to say about you. He reminds me of you. He can galvanize and be around a lot of people, and people really like being around him because he's a genuine good dude like you. And not only is he a genuine good dude, but he can ball. He got confidence. He believes in the Lord. He ain't trying to overshadow nobody. He wants to play and he wants to be the starter. But guess what? He wants the other dudes to play too and get shine too. That's how you work, you know? And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, if he shines, his thing is if I shine, my team gonna shine, which means we shine. You know, yeah, you're gonna come talk to me. Yeah, and you're gonna talk to me for a minute, but guess what? Hey, now talk to my dude because he has something to do with my success. Now talk to him and ask him about that. That's what I want to happen. And I believe, listen, I believe we're gonna shock some people this year. You know, I believe we're gonna make the playoffs because I looked at last year, right? We won 5 games. We
Yeah.
won 5 games. They jacked off that Jets game.
Mm-hmm.
They should have won that Minnesota game.
Yeah.
We was right there. And the boy just threw all those bad passes in Detroit. Um,
The Bills game.
we had that Bills game. That's 9 right there, right?
The second Baltimore game.
Yep, that's 10. Okay. That's 5 games that got jacked off right there.
Pause.
You know, so say that again.
I said, no, you gotta you can keep going, pause.
Oh, that's 5 games right there that could have been won. That if you play Shador, you know, so I'm just looking at him getting better, more reps, and just getting better. The game will slow down for him, and it's gonna be on and cracking. Because the defense, barring injury, gonna be nice. We got some speed on the outside. We got 2 nice tight ends, man. I think we gonna be right, and we got Wayne. I'm gonna just say it, and we got a coach who not trying to hold the guys back. To me, Kevin Stefanski felt like the Browns was about him. And I always knew growing up, watching coaching and everything, the best coaches put players in position to succeed. Coaches adapt to the players. They don't adapt to coaching, because you got all different types of players who got all different types of skills. So guess what? You want to use their skills to best help your team. Not a damn scheme, because your scheme might not fit the players that you have. So then what?
Yeah. So you don't think Myles Garrett getting traded go hinder us a little bit?
No, because I'm not saying that guy is a Myles Garrett, but I think with what you got with him and the draft picks you got and other people stepping up, the sacks and different things and the pressure is going to be different, coming from different areas. I think the sacks are going to come because you got your DBs are better now, so they'll be able to lock down a little better, which means your line got more time to get to them. And I think Denzel gonna hold up. I like that new safety out of Toledo, and the addition to Swearinger and the linebackers that's growing. Everybody young and growing. They up and coming. Actually, you too young to know about this, but when the 49ers got rolling with Joe Montana, the first 2 or 3 years, that's how the Browns and stuff is looking. They coming out looking like that. All we got to do is put the wins together, man. And they had a new coach at the time, Bill Walsh. The people in the league knew who he was, but so let me give you a little history. The West Coast offense, he learned that from a dude named Paul Brown.
Yeah, Paul Brown, famous football coach from Massillon, Ohio. Coach of Browns.
No. Let me scoop. He got his fame in Massillon, Ohio. Paul Brown is from Norwalk, Ohio.
Yeah, that's all that about Sadusky. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah. He's from Norwalk, Ohio, and he made his name down in Massillon. And then, down at Ohio State, and then finally to the Browns and all that type of thing. And what's the dude name I just said?
Oh, you talking about Bill Walsh?
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh. He learned it from him when he was at Cincinnati, when he made the Cincinnati team, and you know he became the coach out there, and you know said piggybacking again. You know, people was tripping on Joe Montana, talking about he's a 4th round draft pick and all this stuff, like they tripping on Shador being a 5th round draft pick. But guess what? Joe was a bad boy, man. Joe was a bad boy. And he was cool under pressure. That's why they called him Joe Cool. You know, he was so sweet out there. He made the other guys relax when it was crunch time in the Super Bowl and all that. I don't know if you know, it was this one time that the players was telling him about when they was driving against Cincinnati, and he was in the huddle, and before he called the play, he's like, "Hey y'all, check this out. Look over there. There go John Candy. He's sitting right there in the stands. We looking right at him." Then he called the play, and they went down and scored. Shador's a 5th rounder, and the man you guys call the GOAT, he's great, but I don't call him the GOAT. What was Tom Brady a 6th or 7th rounder?
6th round pick.
Okay, so
7 Super Bowls.
Okay, yeah, and all that. And the reason why they say GOAT stands for what?
The greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time, not the greatest of the time that you want to talk about, or the time that you've seen, or the time that he's seen, or the time that I seen. The greatest of all time.
He got 7 Super Bowls.
Hey,
no Super Bowls ever.
All I'm gonna tell you is this. I know. Look up Otto Graham.
I know what you gonna say. I never seen him play though.
I know, so you ain't gotta say that's what. I ain't never seen him play either. But I went back and I looked it up, and I read AAD. The man went to 10 straight championships. They ain't call them Super Bowls back then. 10 straight. He won 8 out of 10. Last I checked, 8's more than 7, right?
It is, but you know,
it's greatest of all time.
I hear what you're saying, but they gonna say it was 2 different leagues. It was the AFL, and then it was the NFL. So, and actually, the Browns, what Otto Graham was playing, was in the AAFC.
Hey, the greatest of all times.
I hear that. I mean,
see, because if you looking at it like that, remember what I was telling you about? Remember I was telling you about Dr. J?
Yeah.
Dr. J. Listen, they brought Dr. J over from the ABA.
Yeah, they did.
They brought they brought his contract out. He was with the New York Nets. First of all, he was with the Virginia Squires.
Yeah.
Then he came with the New York Nets. And the reason why he wore number 6, because at the time, Philly paid $6 million for him to come over there to do his thing. We talking all times. Those dudes, if you not looking at what they did, their records wasn't counted. If you see now, when we say all time, even baseball went now. They starting to give credit to the Negro League because they knew the Negro League was smashing. The Negro League dudes would have took Major League Baseball to a whole nother level. But if it wasn't for that racism, Josh Gibson is the real home run king.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I know I said it's 2 different leagues, but when you think about football, in my opinion, you can't base football off of one player's success. Yes, Tom Brady is considered a GOAT because you know how important the quarterback position is, but when you think about all time, like football is more so like it's really a team sport. It's a machine. One piece of machine not moving, you don't work. Whereas basketball, one person can take over the game. You know, you do need a team, but one person can literally take over.
One person can impact the game. I agree.
So it's a little different. Even like you said, baseball, one person hitting, they can take over the game. Especially if you got bases loaded, your other teammates do what you do. If somebody hit a home run or 2 home runs, they go take over the game. But
or if you got a dominant pitcher.
Yeah, that too. You could somebody be doing no hitter, they could take over the game. But I feel like with football, it's a team sport, so him being called the GOAT is just him being able to win 7 times in the Super Bowl. Even though I know what was the catalyst behind Tom Brady's wins, but a lot of people ain't gonna say what it was. It was the defense.
Mhm. Well, I don't know if you remember this. We was riding in the car one day. I forget where we was coming from, and I should have listened to you. You looked over at me. You said, "Dad, I think the Patriots are gonna beat the Rams. I think Tom Brady's gonna do it." And I remember saying, "Man, you high, man. You too young. You don't know nothing about that." And when they won, I was like, "You was right. You was right."
I was about to say back then I called every one of Tom Brady's Super Bowl wins, even his
Yeah.
losses.
Mhm. Yep, you sure did. I'm like, wow. But hey, listen, but taking nothing away from Tom Brady. Tom Brady was a bad dude, man. But I just don't like when they be leaving out my guy Otto Graham. Not to mention he was a Cleveland Brown. So, you know, I don't like they leave my guy out. They don't leave Jim Brown out.
Jim,
So,
Jim Brown, a different beast.
and listen, man, listen. Eric Dickerson, bad, bad man. Barry Sanders, bad, bad man. Those two don't even get nowhere near Jim Brown.
You know,
If if they had if think about it, they took they took 14 and 16 game seasons to do what he did in 12 game seasons.
yeah.
You know, so he would have had that record way out there if he had them. They wouldn't have touched it. And notice I didn't mention Emmitt Smith because Emmitt Smith was nice, but it was his line.
You know,
It,
I ain't gonna disagree with you on that. My
it
wife
was his line
say about that.
because listen, you flip Emmett to Detroit and Barry to Dallas. You don't even know who Emmitt Smith is. Emmitt Smith is an afterthought. He ain't in the hall. Whereas Barry was able to Barry was able to get a Hall of Fame line out of that line. They was horrible. And Barry was still doing his thing, man.
Mm.
Barry was still doing his thing. So yeah, man, but now that's one of that's a goat. Jim Brown is a goat.
So, Pops, I know you stay focused on like high school sports and you do a little bit watch a lot of college sports. Do you like the direction of how NL has been taking like the amateur game?
Yep. Because they done made so much money off them kids that now it's right that the kids make some money. And again, now that the kids are benefiting, they want to change the rules again. It was okay for the coaches to be able to get up and go whenever they wanted to, and you know, but now that the kids can move when they want to move and get some money, now it's a problem. No, no, let the kids get the money too, because the kids are the product. The coach ain't nothing without the kids. Nothing.
So do you think it hurts a little bit high school like students, especially like having a high school experience as far as them going to prom, them getting money a little too early and not actually getting the bigger bag that they could potentially get?
That part starts at home, Dwayne, to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I'll use our relationship as an example. Um, as you were doing your thing in high school and you were a star and all that stuff, you and I still talked as father and son, and you still ran stuff by me, and we talked about right and wrong, and you still enjoying high school and just being a regular guy with your friends who you like to be around. So I say that to say, when you got good parenting at home, That's not gonna come up because a good parent gonna say, okay, you getting this bag, yes, but you can't touch this bag. This bag, we're gonna set you up an annuity, we're gonna set you up some type of investment thing. So this bag you'll be able to live off of, or it's gonna make you money for the rest of your life. And if you got a good relationship with your parents, a good, you know, rapport, your kids gonna listen to you and they're gonna follow your lead. They're gonna follow your guidance because guess what? They followed your lead and guidance all the way up to that part, that point, and that's had you successful. What would make them go against you then?
True. And the reason I asked you that is because I know not so much in like football, like the high school players don't go to as many prep schools. They go to like powerhouses, but they don't go to like the prep schools. But in basketball, like the high ranked kids, they go to prep school, and that takes a little bit away from like the high school experience, like going to prom, going to homecoming, doing things like that. If you know what I mean.
But you know what? I think the coaches though come into play with that, and this is what I mean. If you got a stud, you gotta schedule. Of course, you're in a league, but you gotta schedule your team high level competition to keep your stud in your school. The prime example is again here at home at Akron, LeBron. St. V scheduled the toughest teams because guess what? I got a horse. I gotta let him go. I gotta let him get on the track and go. And if I don't, then guess what? What happens is what Melo, what this dude Darren Peterson did. They went to Oak Hill.
I was gonna say Peterson went to prolific prep, but yeah, same.
Okay, yeah, you know, same thing. You know, these dudes going to Oak Hill, you know, away from their hometowns because they want to play better competition. They want to be up against elite athletes and stuff. You know, and like when you speaking of that, I just saw a clip this morning where JR was saying how he been knowing LeBron since he was 15, how he used to come over to Akron and they used to work out and, you know, do things together. And JR was like, you know, I knew I was a dude. I knew I could go. He said, but when I get here and I see this dude, I'm like, this dude on a whole nother level. And it's like, you know, we were talking at our picnic the other day about athletes and, you know, sort of like this kids coming up AAU and all this and all that. And everybody think they kid gonna be this and that. Man, as an official and the dudes as players. Now the parents might not want to see it, but officials and play. When you see that dude or that girl on the basketball court, everybody in the gym know. Everybody know because they stick out like a sore thumb so bad because they moving so slow because the game come that easy to them. Everybody else is fast paced, making mistakes. They just moving at their pace and doing their thing. And you be like, that dude is the dude. I remember seeing Andrew Wiggins when I was doing AAU ball. Like, he going to the league. You can see it. You know, so if you got good parents and they right by you, not and when I say right by you, they not living their dream through you, you know, because like for you, my whole thing was I always wanted to go to a college prep school, but the one I wanted to go to, it closed when I was able to go to. So I always wanted that for you. You were able to do that. I always wanted to go to college. I didn't do that because your sister came around. I had to take care of her. I went in service. You went to college. You always want better for your sons. So had you had NIL back then, guess what? You'd have got the money, and that money would have been sitting growing for you. It'd have been growing for you off in an account somewhere for you to go and do your 1-2. You know, I wouldn't have let you blown it because guess what? Athletics is a 10 to 15-year window. If you're lucky. For most people, it's what? 3 to 5.
Yeah, around that.
So guess what? We got a plan for when you not playing. You know, we got a plan for when you gonna be a man in society to be able to take care of your children. You know, you start your legacy. And unfortunately, man, a lot of these parents are getting it. They look at that stuff as a yes, it's a meal ticket, but they look at it. My son made it. I made it. No, man. If your son or daughter chooses to look out for you and do nice things for you, cool. But you shouldn't look at that as a parent. I'm done working and my son doing this and my son doing that. Because guess what? What if your son get hurt? What if your daughter get hurt? You know, or unfortunately, untimely death or something like that. You got to have your plan for that. You know, now your son get there and make it and say, "Look, I'm gonna buy you this. I'm gonna give you that." That's a whole nother story. But you shouldn't be banking on that.
Uh, my last question for you. You know, you mentioned something about women or girls. How you feel like the direction that girls basketball has been going for the past couple of years? Women's basketball, I should say. Sorry.
I like it. I like it. I'm glad they covering it more because when you get two good women's teams, college, well, I ain't gonna say just two, but when you get good women's teams, far as young ladies in high school, young ladies in college, and now in the pros, man, that's pure basketball because you know they running, they jumping, they passing. You know, now don't get me wrong, I love the crazy dunks, but the women just can't do that. But I'm just saying, pure basketball, the passing, the cutting, and all that to shoot. The women got it. The women got it. They can go right, they can go left. They got that moxie. You know, they tenacious. I love it. I love it.
I was gonna say women don't take no plays off. Well,
Oh man,
regardless of
they
the level.
don't. They don't. They, listen. Men don't like to hear this, but this is the truth. Women are way more competitive than dudes. Women are
True.
way more competitive. Women Women are cutthroat. Women, hey, you in the way, they going through you. Ain't no going around you or finessing it. I don't like you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You know, and that's how they are, man. You
Yeah.
know, I don't like the fact. So listen, I like that Caitlin Clark has been used to blow up the league. She ain't the face. That girl out there in Vegas,
Andrew, Asia Wilson,
Asia,
Asia
man,
Wilson.
man, man, and then Paige Beckers, man. You know that's
No, I mean this is true because you know, it keep getting better and better because I don't know for sure next year Juju Watson she got an opportunity to come out.
she gonna be a man. She cold.
She coming
She
out,
cold. I think LeBron signed her, didn't he?
yeah, to his
Yeah,
shoe.
yeah, man. She cold. She don't listen. She that year she blew her knee out. They was gonna raise some heck, man. They lucky she man. She can go.
I honestly you know, even though being from Ohio State, you know, I'm gonna be real for SC this year a lot, especially on the women's side since they got Sanaya Hall out there and she from Cleveland.
Oh yeah. So you know the NBA ref that
Hmm.
Simone
Yeah.
Simone went to SC, and that was probably part of the reason why she went out there. But Simone went out there and she that young lady she gonna do her thing. So she'll get a year in with Juju, huh?
Shit. possibly too. Juju want to stay another year because she get that red shirt because of ACL.
Oh yeah, and then she gonna be getting that NIL money. Yeah, she might well get her money and then come. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I know me and your daughter-in-law, we go to a lot of the WNB games out here. You know, she's a fanatic, so I just been watching that a lot, especially and also Z, his sister, play for the Dream,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been rolling.
Yeah, we was up at the cigar lounge, man, and we was watching her, and at first we it was just on, but then when I was telling them, a lot of the guys that's on our crew and stuff, I say that's Z's little sister right there. They's like, Z who referee with us. I said, yeah. They was like, for real. I said, that's his little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was about to say if it was Saturday, she had 19 points. I know she was balling in the first quarter.
look, I can't wait till we get the team back here, man. I'm gonna be going back to. I'm gonna be going back to see them. But also, I'm gonna take you up on what you told me about the hockey, man. I'm gonna have to go down there and check out the monsters too, man.
I
Cause
mean, you gotta go to. I ain't gonna say that ain't no real hockey game because they definitely get paid and ain't minors, but the NHL games they be good. Like we went to the Islanders game out here. We ain't go to no Rangers game. I don't know how much they tickets were for the Rangers. If it's anything like the Knicks games, I don't want another part of it.
so I'm gonna try to get up to Detroit to catch a Red Wings game, cause either Detroit or Pittsburgh catch one of them real live, because every guy I know, and I'm gonna just say it for what it is, every black guy I know say, man, if you go to a game live, you gonna like it.
Yeah, they good. They good.
Yeah, yeah. So yep, man. But those are so look, switching it up. Went to a baseball game, so um I'm doing a lacrosse game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guy walked past my truck. He saw my tags. So he said, "You're a Marine?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Sympathizer." So we out there during the game. Halftime, he say, "You like Guardians?" I said, "Yeah, I love baseball. Look, I'm a three-sport, all-sport type of guy." He's like, "I work for the Indians. Well, Guardians. You know they the Indians to me, but Guardians." And he gave me his card. He's like, "Any game you want to go to, let me know." So do you know, 2 weeks ago the Yanks was in town.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the seats he got me for me and my guys, it was 8 of us that went. The seats he got us, and then we got a hook on parking. So we had a hook up on parking. We got in the game. All we had to do was pay for our brew and our peanuts, and it was a really, really good time, man. They got a good venue down there. I'm gonna have to take you whenever you come into town. Take you so you can see Heritage Park, man. Where you can see all that history, man, with Satchel Paige, Larry Doby, you know, them dudes who came, I don't know if you know, Larry Doby was the second black player to the majors after Jackie Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And they got all that stuff down there, all that history, man. It was really, we had a great time. We made a good day of it, man.
I was gonna say, I've been to an Indians Guardians game before. Other than that, I mean, the only other team I would go see was the Yankees. I would go see the Guardians play them up here. And Yankee Stadium, that's everything what they say it is. Even though it's the new Yankee Stadium, they still got parts of the old Yankee Stadium in it, but it is what they say it is.
Hmm.
Even like the garden, everything they say it is. I thought it was when I went, I thought it was bigger than what it was. But like from the outside, on the inside, like the inside is like a bowl, and you probably got about 20,000 in there, but you would think like from the outside it hold around like 35, 40,000 people in there, but it's less than that. But it's a nice setup. It got all this history throughout there, whether it's the Knicks in there, whether it's like Billy Joel in there, whether it's uh the
It's
Rangers
a
in
good
there.
it's a good venue.
Yeah, even with the concerts and stuff, they still got all the stuff that you looking for.
Okay. So you ain't been back in a minute. Well, next time you come back, I'm gonna have to take. They put they put a court outside the queue now, commemorating 10 years. They put a
Mhm.
basketball court out there, man. They had a big party down there last weekend, but I was getting stuff ready for the family reunion and and all the Juneteenth picnic. But yeah, it's all that's they got it sweet. They hoping your boy come back. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, pops, I appreciate you hopping on the show today. Uh, I hope you have a good day, rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe we gotta do this again with you. Since you
Oh
like
yeah.
talking
Hey,
sports.
hey, look. Hey man, anytime. And you know what? I love to get on with you and your crew though, just to see they vibe and how they think about different things.
Ah, all right.
All right, man. Take care. I love you.
Love you too, pops.
All right. Bye bye.